It's early morning at the Damascus Gate and the traders are setting up for business on Tuesday. It's our last day in Jerusalem and I've just had my breakfast on the north side of the city beyond the Damascus Gate, and the fruit shop is preparing for the morning show. It is in fact the Via Dolorosa, the alleged path the Lord took to the cross. This is the street to Jaffa Gate, which is normally, of course, bustling with tourists and open shops, but it's early morning and there's nothing happening here. None of the shops along this street are open. Here comes our people. Our bags are getting approved. It's Damascus Gate on Tuesday morning. The traders are starting to make their presence felt here. We're getting our bus in Ramallah. Yeah. It's looking out towards the west. Oh. Wallah. Jabba. Aywa. We've just arrived at Mikmash. We've come from Ramallah, which is the biblical Ramah, and we're standing here. We're now coming around in this valley, looking now towards the south.
Yep, anyone.
the north, round over the Jordan Valley now. And we're looking now almost due east. We're at a place probably very close to the biblical Ai. We're coming around now, just in front of us is this Arab village. We're looking down. Beyond that there is a wadi that runs down through there into the Jordan Valley. That's the Valley of Achor. If we move down further to the south, we've got now straight in front of us the northern end of the Dead Sea.
Okay, we're standing on a place called Tel El Maktir, which is just to the west of a city below us called Dilwan. Now, this is the ancient Ai. And what you'll notice around us is the fortifications of a reasonable sized city. And you can see how we've found our cities on the top of tells, big mounds in this part of the world. Brother Lane Rittmeyer spent some time here, I believe, surveying this area until just before he moved to Adelaide. And so Ai has this marvellous view. And over behind us at the moment is the city of Bethel, just the other side of the main road that goes between Ramallah and up to Nablus. So again, Ai and Bethel are sitting on the main highways that go up the central massif of the mountains of Israel. And you'll notice over in the distance the Kirkar, or the plain, the circle of Moab sitting below us. And what is now almost certainly familiar to us is the ascent up onto Mount Nebo down on the southern end of that. Just over the lip of the hill over here is also the top of the northern part of the Dead Sea. We can see the blue waters of the Dead Sea from this point as well. Ai obviously was also the place where a number of events were to happen. So Abraham's set up a altar just across here in Bethel. It was here between Ai and Bethel that Jacob came in and spent some time and had those marvellous dreams. It was here that the troops with Joshua came and had that conquest. Ai is a significant place, and I'm sure we'll have a bit more to say about that later.
We're looking west, and down here in this wadi, where there is also a Bedouin camp, is the spring or the well that would have provided water for the city of Ai. Now it's in these valleys, of course, that Joshua assembled the armies of Israel and hid certain behind the city. We're facing north here from Ai, and we're coming around now. The Jordan Valley is coming into view, and as we come around here we're now looking due east, as we are here now, and as we come around further we can see the northern end of the Dead Sea, and we're coming around looking now south east, and moving around here now we come to almost due south. We're looking out over the ruins of ancient Ai, And now we're looking westward, so over here the eminence probably Bethel.
On entering the land, Abraham first comes to Shechem, and then travelling south he comes to a place called Bethel, where he erects an altar to Yahweh. And it was around here on this main road, which we can see the cars moving just behind us, that Abraham comes to. So this was a place on the main road on the central massif of northern Israel. The place of Ai, which we've just come from, is only about 2 or 3, probably 2 kilometres, less than 2 kilometres over here to further to the east.
According to Lane Rittmeyer, this is the site of Bethel, not the traditional Beitin, which we've just been to. So it could well be that we're actually standing here now on Bethel.
Okay, we're standing on Bethel, the ancient city of Bethel, and over on the far ridge that we can see over here is the tell that we were just standing on a few moments ago. So we can see as the crow flies, we're only about 1 kilometre away from Ai.
And so somewhere between where we are standing and the house that can be seen with the orange roof sticking up on that ridge over there at Ai, Abraham came and he made a choice. Ai was on the east, Bethel was on the west. Ai means ruin, Bethel means the house of God. And he chose the house of God, and here he built an altar unto Yahweh, called upon the name of Yahweh. And from here, of course, he went south. This is Steve down here taking a photo of Bethel. This is Ophrah here, the birthplace of Gideon. It's a security area and the road is blocked.
Okay, we're standing next to ancient Shiloh, of which there is almost no remains on this tell. Okay, there's some very small remnants of an ancient city here at Shiloh. I want to read to you 2 verses from Jeremiah 7. And now, because you have done all these works, saith Yahweh, and I spake to you, rising up early and speaking, but you heard not, and I called you, but you answered not. Therefore will I do unto this house, which is called by my name, wherein ye trust, and unto the place which I gave to you and your fathers, as I have done to Shiloh. And I will cast you out of my sight, and cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim. Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up, nor cry, nor pray for them, neither make intercession for me, for I will not hear you. And so the desolation that happened at Shiloh here becomes a geographical classroom for what God was going to do. And so he said in verse 12, but now go unto my place which was at Shiloh, where I set my name at the first, and see what I did to it for the wickedness of my people Israel. And so if you want to see what God does to wicked people, that's what he does to wicked people. There's nothing left.
warned one young Australian tourist out. This is Mount Gerizim. Coming around looking west now, and we're standing on Mount Gerizim, coming around to the city of Nablus and around to Mount Ebal over here to the north.
So what we're looking at the moment is the new city of Shechem. Okay, so the old city of Shechem is right round out of our view to the right, and this city here is what in just before the birth of Christ, about 100 years before his birth, was called the new city, the Neapolis. Okay, so the new city, that's literally what it means. And now it's called Nablus in Arabic. Now, one of the interesting things is that Arab people find it very, very difficult to say P. So we get, instead of Neapolis, it's Nablus. The same as what we find when we go to Banias, is actually Panias, after the god Pan and all the associated gods that were up in Caesarea Philippi. So this is the new city of Nablus. And we're sitting right on the top of Gerizim, and over on the far side is Ebal. So from these two mountains, Israel recited the cursings from Ebal and the blessings from Gerizim. Okay? Now it was on the top of Mount Gerizim that Jotham, the sole survivor of Gideon's family, came up here and yelled down, and all of the city could hear him from here, and he said, "What association have you got with the king?" And so it was from this place that happened. So Joshua 8, it says that Joshua burnt Ai and made a heap of it forever. And the king of Ai, he hung on a tree even until the even. And as soon as the sun was down, Joshua commanded that they take his carcass down from the tree. They cast it into the entering of the gate of the city, and raised a great heap of stones that remain to this day. Then Joshua built an altar unto Yahweh Elohim of Israel in Mount Ebal, as Moses the servant of Yahweh commanded the children of Israel, as written in the book of the law of Moses, an altar of whole stones, over which no man hath lifted up any iron. And they offered thereon burnt offerings unto Yahweh, and sacrificed peace offerings. Interesting that's the last place we stopped at, wasn't it? It was Ai, and now we've come up here to Gerizim, and we're overlooking Ebal across the way. And he wrote there upon stones a copy of the law, which he wrote in the presence of the children of Israel. And all Israel and their elders and their officers and their judges stood on this side of the ark, and on that side before the priests, the Levites, which bear the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, as well as the stranger, as he is that was born amongst them. Half of them over against Mount Gerizim, and half of them over against Mount Ebal, as Moses the servant of Yahweh had commanded before, that they should bless the people of Israel. And afterward they read all the words of the law, the blessings and the cursings, according to all that is written in the book of the law. There was not a word of all that that Moses commanded, which Joshua read not before the congregation of Israel, with the women and the little ones, and the strangers that were conversant among them. The blessings on Mount Gerizim come from Deuteronomy chapter 28, and then he starts the cursings. If you will not hearken, then these are the curses. So that would have been the words that Joshua read to Israel on that day.
close to the hill of Samaria, purchased by Omri, the father of Ahab, from Shema, on which he built the city called Samaria. And we're coming around, we're now looking to the east, and we're coming around to what are called in Isaiah the Fat Valleys. For Samaria, the hill of Samaria, was the crown of pride at the head of the Fat Valleys. This mountain to the south may well be the hill of Samaria. We're coming into Zomet Doton, which is a bit south of the old Tel Doton.
Nou, niet nog gewoon bezig. Maak nog een stuk om. اعطينا الثلاث بحسين خليه يحملهم ضغط عليه.
Very sweet.
Ramallah, Nablus,
This is the valley of Jezreel, the sun going down over the Carmel range, where Elijah called down fire from heaven.
Children to today I take him to high.
Well, that koala.
This is Tash helping in the kitchen of this Arab home, preparing our evening meal.
Brother and sister. And parents living. Here on the back. That's
Yeah, Tanzania.
Tasmania. The Australia?
Yeah.
Mountains, rain, water. Very fresh. This lady is very hot. We're about I don't know English. What's that? Put it in there so Okay.
So you meet Arafat?
Yeah, no, I not see
Do
him.
you see Arafat?
I see him, yeah, but I not go.
Not talk to him. Not talk.
Not my friend.
Yeah.